Archangel Michael says, a shift has begun in silence, and your name is at the center of a storm. You may not hear the whispers yet, but they are already echoing behind closed doors. In rooms you've never stepped into, people are using your name like it belongs to them. They are rushing, fueled by panic, to decide something critical about you. A message, a screenshot, or an audio clip is moving fast, and it's not in your hands. The speed at which this truth is spreading is no longer natural, it is powered by intention. But this time, divine energy is not letting it continue unchecked. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A woman who once smiled with you in a crowded place is now behind the leak. She was silent until yesterday, but someone triggered her, and now she speaks without restraint. Every word she's uttered is being passed from hand to hand, like it's currency. The story is mutating as it travels, and your identity is being twisted. In one version, you're the villain. In another, you're the victim. But the truth? It's hidden in a video someone has refused to release. And that person is being pressured right now to share it with people you don't even know. Type Amen to get blessing 771. Archangel Michael says, heaven is not sleeping. The ones responsible for this chaos are being watched, even as they think no eyes are on them. Their movements, their calls, their digital footprints, all of it is being mirrored in spiritual realms. Someone tried to erase a chat thread, thinking it would disappear for good. But they don't know a backup was made and shared through another device. That backup holds a conversation that proves your innocence, but they've buried it. Yet no truth can be buried forever when divine fire starts to burn through the lies. Type Amen to get blessing 884. Today's hours are already half consumed by this unfolding. And the next 24 hours are critical, because someone has set a deadline. By this time tomorrow, a decision will be made about you without your consent. It could lock you out of something that was always meant to be yours. A workplace chat group is active with your name. Your face was posted there. And two people had contrasting reactions. One deleted their message immediately after posting. But screenshots don't vanish, and someone you trust has a copy. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They are hesitating to come forward, scared of losing their position. But their spirit is being moved now, something will wake them in the night with conviction. They will speak up, but only if you don't react in anger when the truth hits you. Because even your silence will play a powerful role in this divine exposure. A man in authority is involved too, and he's been fed the wrong version. He's holding a sealed envelope right now that's meant to be opened tomorrow. That envelope contains your name, tied to a report you never wrote. The moment it opens, a process begins that will be difficult to stop once in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 642. Your presence has been noted in a location you never physically visited. They've used a proxy to create digital footprints in your name. But angels are intervening through the most unexpected method, electricity and disruption. Expect a sudden glitch, a momentary power cut, or a system reset that will delay their plan. During that moment of interference, you will be given a window to respond. It will come as a call, a ping, a vibration you must not ignore. Because your words, recorded in that moment, will undo what others are trying to solidify. Your voice will carry an energy they didn't account for. Type Amen to get blessing 234. Archangel Michael says, your name was written in a list that was never meant to include you. That list is being circulated in confidence among a circle of women. But one of them, a latecomer, doesn't agree with the agenda. She's been watching you quietly, collecting her own observations. And when she found the lie didn't match your light, she separated herself. She knows the one who started the slander, a person who has issues older than your memory of them. She will come forward, but she is choosing the exact minute her message should land. Type Amen to get blessing 755. Every action taken against you now has a countermeasure in place. Even the lips that cursed you are being silenced, through illness, through broken devices, through loss. But you are still standing in the middle of a battlefield. And what happens within these 24 hours will declare whether the war turns in your favor completely. You may feel heavy, tired, or confused. That is the spiritual weight of other people's intentions pressing against your aura. Someone spoke your full name in anger last night while holding a sharp object. But they do not know your soul is wrapped in divine protection. Type Amen to get blessing 500. A phone call is coming. It will seem casual, even innocent, but the tone will reveal a test. Do not overshare. Speak only with clarity and restraint. Because the call is being recorded, not by you, but by the one on the other end. Someone from your past is involved in this puzzle. They once loved you, now they are jealous. And they've aligned themselves with a stranger just to see you fall. But what they didn't know is that their new partner has no loyalty, only greed. Type Amen to get blessing 300. A lawyer is about to be contacted with your name mentioned in context. They are curious but not convinced, and they will ask for more evidence. But when they reach out to verify, the person accusing you will not pick up. Because they're being spiritually blocked from speaking further. A document is being drafted. It has your details, but it is filled with misinformation. An assistant will notice inconsistencies and pause the process. This pause is not coincidence. It is divine timing at work. Type Amen to get blessing 121. A young girl has overheard something about you and repeated it without understanding. She spoke it in school, and a teacher has noted the phrase. Soon, that teacher will reach out, not to harm, but to protect. Because they sensed a lie coded in drama and felt your innocence through the chaos. The woman who started it all is now anxious. Her eyes are tired, her sleep is broken. Because she felt something pass through her room last night, a cold wind, a whisper. It was your ancestors visiting her, and they are not pleased. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear what is spreading. Because the more it spreads, the more cracks are showing in their lies. And where there are cracks, light enters. You will not need to defend yourself alone. Someone who once rejected you will return, holding evidence in your favor. Their return will shock everyone, because they were considered lost or silent. But they've been watching from a distance, waiting for the right moment." Type Amen to get blessing 595. Someone deleted a post that referenced you. But it was too late, it had already been screenshotted by someone who cares about you. That person is not close to you right now, but they are traveling toward you. And when they arrive, what they reveal will change everything. The next 24 hours are not just about damage, they are about exposure. People will try to hide their hands, but divine timing is peeling off their gloves. You will know who tried to protect you, who stayed neutral, and who threw the first stone. This knowledge will be both painful and empowering. Type Amen to get blessing 414. Messages are being forwarded rapidly, but soon the main thread will be exposed. A group chat will accidentally be leaked, and in that leak, your innocence will shine. You will find your strength not in defense but in stillness. Let the chaos move, you are anchored in something deeper. The fire meant to destroy you will instead purify your name. The person who planned this will soon be unable to look into your eyes. And a former enemy will offer an apology you never expected. Accept it silently, because it's not for them, but for your closure. Type Amen to get blessing 117. A child has unknowingly spoken your truth. Their words, said in play, have unsettled the wrong person. Because those words revealed a secret only the guilty should know. Now the guilty are restless, because they know time is catching up with them. Do not run from what's unfolding. Stand, listen, observe. Because the storm has your name in it, but the center of the storm is where peace begins. And from that center, divine justice will roar like thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 833. This moment has been building for weeks. A decision made by someone else is about to affect your destiny, or so they think. But a divine reversal is prepared, and it will shock every witness. You were not born to be framed, you were born to be elevated. Let them speak. Let them post. Let them twist. Because soon, the truth will fall on them like rain they cannot hide from. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. Archangel Michael says, "Stay calm. Stay centered. Stay aware. You are walking through the last hours of the lie. The next 24 hours will decide everything. But by the time it ends, your name will not be broken, it will be reborn. And what they used to destroy you will become your greatest testimony. The divine is not late, it's just arriving in perfect, unstoppable time." Type Amen to get blessing 999. You are entering the final stretch of what they thought would bury you. But now, their own words are turning against them, burning through the very walls they tried to hide behind. Even those who cheered them on in secret are now starting to panic. They realize they bet on the wrong side of the storm. One by one, those who stood with the accuser are quietly deleting messages and clearing call logs. But heaven has already taken a spiritual screenshot of everything they've said. And in the next few hours, those heavenly records will manifest in real-world exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 373. A man with access to a private database is reconsidering his next move. He was bribed to shift certain details tied to your identity. But he's feeling an unexplainable pressure on his chest, like a warning. What he doesn't know is that an angel has placed fire in his dreams. He keeps waking up drenched in sweat, hearing your name. Your face keeps appearing in his visions, even though you've never met. This is spiritual justice preparing to rearrange the battlefield. And you will be vindicated without ever having to beg. Type Amen to get blessing 200. The video they feared is now closer to the surface than ever before. It was hidden inside a drive that a young boy accidentally dropped. The technician repairing it is not random, he's spiritually aligned to truth. He'll open the file and realize what it holds, and then the choice will be his. But heaven is already influencing his heart. He will copy the file and send it anonymously to someone who knows you. That person has already received the email, and they are trying to find the courage to act. Soon, their silence will break like glass. Type Amen to get blessing 626. One of your old friends, who distanced themselves months ago, is feeling strange tonight. Something inside them is telling them they left you too soon. They're starting to recall moments they ignored, moments that now feel suspicious. And that doubt will grow until they confront the person who planted the first lie. In the confrontation, a new truth will be born. One confession will trigger another, like falling dominoes. And each truth spoken will lift a layer off your reputation. You won't even need to respond, your silence will speak louder than their noise. Type Amen to get blessing 747. The place where this entire storm began, that building, that corner, that room. It's now vibrating with unease. Even people uninvolved are sensing that something is off. Because the atmosphere has changed, lies leave behind a spiritual scent. You were never supposed to be the scapegoat. But your light was too bright, so they painted it as a threat. Now their own jealousy is choking them, and they're realizing they underestimated your protection. You are not standing alone, heaven is marching with you. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Someone tried to offer money to change the narrative. They thought influence could silence loyalty. But the person they offered it to is about to flip the entire script. Because they were once in your debt, and today, they choose honor over gain. Their statement will shock the group who thought they had full control. A voice recording will resurface, not a new one, but one that was forgotten. It carries the tone of their conspiracy, recorded without their awareness. And now, it will be handed over to someone who still believes in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Archangel Michael says, your name has been written in both earthly books and divine scrolls. And no earthly hands can remove it from its rightful place. They can try to edit the past, but your future has already been sealed with fire and light. The days of silent betrayal are ending. Those who moved in darkness are about to walk into a spotlight they never prepared for. The truth will no longer wait. And every blessing they tried to steal from you will return, multiplied. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. In the late hours of tonight, a shadow will pass through their space. It's not your doing, it's the ancestors responding to the call. They are not coming for revenge, they are coming for restoration. They will leave signs, disruptions, and confusion wherever your name was used in vain. You may feel a sudden calmness when you wake. That's not coincidence, that's the moment the war begins to end. Those who once threw stones will now carry the weight of their own guilt. Because guilt, when ignited by truth, burns hotter than any flame. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You have been observed not just by people, but by forces unseen. A woman with spiritual insight has prayed for you, even though you don't know her yet. Her prayers have entered the timelines where traps were placed. And her words have rearranged the outcomes that were heading your way. The person who planned your downfall will now be visited in their dreams. They will see fire. They will hear your name in thunder. And when they wake, they will feel like their power has left them. Because when you touch the chosen, you summon the divine. Type Amen to get blessing 343. Sudden message will come to you. It might seem like a mistake, but it isn't. It holds the key to part of this mystery, a name, a time, a photo. Study it carefully, but don't respond immediately. Let the revelation sink in. Because your stillness will confuse them more than your reaction. They are waiting for you to panic, to speak out, to defend. But when you stay quiet, you allow the heavens to speak louder. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Archangel Michael says, the next 24 hours are not just about defense, they are about elevation. Every eye that was against you will soon have no choice but to look up to you. Because truth does not kneel in front of lies. The person who started this never expected you to last this long. They underestimated your spirit. But you were born with armor that no gossip can pierce. And now, their words are ricocheting back to them. Type Amen to get blessing 1234. A letter is coming, either printed or digital. The subject line will seem vague, but open it. Inside is a clue that will lead to someone else's confession. That confession will shift public perception back in your favor. A social media account that once shared lies is about to be hacked. Not by a person, but by divine interference. The post meant to go live will not load. Instead, a message will flash briefly on their screen: do not touch what is blessed. Type Amen to get blessing 369. Their confusion will begin to show. Their allies will begin to fall silent. And the laughter they once shared at your expense will sound hollow in their own ears. Because truth never needs to shout, it only needs time. You will not need revenge. Because your peace will be the loudest response. Your blessings will answer the questions they pretended not to ask. And their regrets will become their only company. Type Amen to get blessing 288. This is the last phase of the battle. Your name will be cleared. Your purpose will be restored. And your energy will no longer be drained by what was never your fault. You are not here by accident. You are not meant to be a background character in their story. You are the headline in a divine script that no lie can erase. And in these next 24 hours, the world will begin to see who you really are. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Archangel Michael says, there is no delay anymore. Every force that held your truth in chains has now been disarmed. The trap they set is closing, but not around you, around them. Their whispers became roars, and now even their own ears are tired of the noise. The energy they used to spread your name in lies is now draining their own peace. You were the topic they used to build their status, now your truth will become the storm that unbuilds their illusion. They woke up a divine force they cannot argue with. Type Amen to get blessing 1017. Tonight, they will try to call someone to fix what is falling apart. But the call will go unanswered. Their closest ally will suddenly fall silent, not out of loyalty to you, but out of fear. Because they know what's coming, and they don't want to be buried under the collapse. That silence will grow louder than all their rumors. A tension will rise between them as blame begins to spread like infection. Finger-pointing will begin, and you will hear about it. Not through gossip, but through a direct, divine revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 666. An object of yours, something ordinary, like a pen, a file, a small note, was taken without your consent. They used it to claim they were close to you, or to support their false version. But divine hands are now reclaiming that object through circumstances they cannot stop. It will find its way back to you, cleansed of manipulation. It might come in the hands of a courier. Or a forgotten drawer someone finally decides to open. But once you hold it again, your energy will begin to shift. Because it marks the moment of restoration, the return of something stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 929. In a room you have never entered, your photo was placed on a desk. It was used as part of a discussion that involved your name, your character, and your destiny. But in that same room, a spiritual force entered, and disrupted the very conversation. Someone's voice cracked. The lights flickered. The air turned cold. That was no accident. That was intervention. Because when angels walk into human spaces, even lies fall to their knees. You were defended without being present, because your presence now walks ahead of you. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. The person you least suspect is preparing to message you. They've been quiet, watching everything unfold. But they've come across information that cleared their doubt about you completely. And now they feel compelled to warn you before it's too late. They will use code, maybe not full sentences. Read between the lines, it's meant to be subtle, so they stay protected too. Their courage will be small but sincere. Respond with wisdom, not fear, not fire. Type Amen to get blessing 323. A folder on someone's laptop has your initials on it. They believe it's hidden, but that device is now glitching. Each time they try to open other files, your folder flickers on the screen like a warning. They tried to delete it, but it keeps returning. That's because spiritual evidence cannot be wiped away by technology. Heaven holds its own copy. And when the time comes, it will print itself into physical reality. You will hold it in your hand, and it will be your proof. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Archangel Michael says, the wind that blows around you now carries messages, listen. You may overhear strangers mention your situation without knowing who you are. That's confirmation, your truth is already preparing to outrun the lie. People are dreaming of you without understanding why. Some wake up crying, some wake up breathless. They feel your pain because heaven is using their souls as vessels. It's not for sympathy, it's for accountability. Type Amen to get blessing 414. A woman you haven't spoken to in a long time is pacing her home. She keeps replaying a voice note she sent to someone about you. Now she regrets it, not because she was caught, but because her own spirit feels disturbed. That note is no longer secret, it was forwarded when she least expected it. The person who received it has sent it anonymously to a mutual contact. That person now knows you were falsely accused. They're waiting to speak, but they fear being dragged into the fire. What they don't know is, speaking your truth will protect them too. Type Amen to get blessing 505. At exactly midnight, a clock will strike and energy will break open. If you feel anxious, drink water, stand still, and breathe deeply, that's the shift happening. Your body will feel it before your mind does. Because this hour marks the official turning of the page. What comes next is not chaos, it's correction. Everything that has been misaligned is being snapped back into place. But the snapping will not be gentle for those who lied. You, however, will feel something release, like a rope finally loosening from your chest. Type Amen to get blessing 404. They tried to make you the example of disgrace. But heaven has rewritten that title, now you will be the example of survival and honor. Your story will travel, but not as gossip, as testimony. And someone watching from afar will decide to elevate you because of it. You'll be offered an opportunity that sounds unreal. It may come through an unknown name or a sudden chance. Do not doubt it, it is compensation from the divine for what they tried to take. And it will restore more than just your image, it will restore your authority. Type Amen to get blessing 383. They wanted you to beg, to kneel, to explain. But the divine asked you only to endure, to breathe, to trust. And because you chose silence over spectacle, heaven now chooses you for elevation. Your reward is not delayed, it is aligning. Let the noise continue. Let their posts go viral. Let the story twist one last time. Because by the time it untwists, it will crown you instead of condemn you. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Archangel Michael says, the time is now. All that was hidden is coming to the surface. Not through drama, through divine authority. Even the devices they used to twist your name are now malfunctioning. Spirits are interfering. Every screenshot, every chat log, every clip, heaven has seen it all. And now it is being returned in full circle. Type Amen to get blessing 717. A judge, a boss, a teacher, someone in power is observing you without announcing it. They are hearing both sides. But they are leaning in your direction, quietly gathering what they need. Soon, they will step forward and announce their position, and it will shock the ones who doubted you. Your blessing is not just safety, it's public clearing. They wanted you to lose credibility. But now, your story will give you more than credibility, it will open locked doors. And the same people who blocked you will watch you walk past them. Type Amen to get blessing 141. Every part of your journey was watched. Even the parts where you cried alone in silence, believing no one knew. Heaven wrote down your tears. And now the flood you feared will be used to water your new beginning. The next 24 hours are sacred. Your enemies are falling into the pit they dug. And your name is rising in places where it was once erased. Get ready, the divine decision has already been made. Type Amen to get blessing 777.